Hi everybody, welcome to Sunday Brunch with Black Tea. I'm your host Miko.
I'm Candace.
And I'm Lynn.
And yes, it's another wonderful Sunday with your brunch girls here at the round table. We thank you guys for joining us. Today we have another awesome show as always. I hope you guys are enjoying the shows that we do have posted on YouTube for you right now. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. That way you get a little notification every time we post something new, and you be caught up because we have something awesome coming up soon.
Yes.
We have our very first event that's coming up October 13th. So mark your calendars. If you're in the LA area, make sure you check it out because it's going to be awesome. We're going to have some awesome vendors there, some good food, some good company.
Yes.
You know, we're going to be able to connect and network like we're supposed to.
Absolutely.
You know, it's going to be free to the
Absolutely.
public so everybody can come in and get a chance to an opportunity to see what's going on in there and see some hot companies that's out there that they might not really get exposed to. Yeah, exactly. You know, so definitely want to make sure you mark your calendars October 13th. Okay, but before we get into that, we're gonna go ahead and talk about brunch real quick. You know,
let's go away.
So we did something a little bit. I always say a little bit different. No, I say that all the time, right? So
Because it always is.
It's
always
always
little
different.
something extra.
So today we did some stuffed shells. So you guys know those gigantic shells you see in the supermarket. You guys like those, right? I know you guys did it.
Yes.
Okay, but anyway, let me tell them. So
Yes,
you guys,
okay.
you know, you guys always see those gigantic shells that you see in the supermarket. You wonder like, what is that? What are those for? What are you gonna do with them? You know, and the craziest thing about it is I used to see people make pasta dishes out of them where they just mix them in with the pasta, and I'm like, no, you're supposed to stuff them. That's what you do with them. They're jumbo shells that you stuff. So you have these jumbo shells. You stuff them with anything that you like. So we had our stuff with some chicken, with some spinach.
Yes.
It had a little bit sun-dried tomatoes in there. Did you guys like that?
Yes.
Sun-dried tomato had a really, really rich, creamy Parmesan garlic sauce. Okay, Parmesan garlic sauce. So you know, something light, something not too heavy for you, but really fulfilling. It is kind of rich though. So you know, if you're really not into if you're not really into calories, or if you're really watching calories or anything, you know, you want to kind of don't put too much sauce on it. You know what I'm saying?
Just get one shell.
Just get one shell. But they're really good. They're awesome, and the one good thing about it is it really could be a one-hit deal at your event.
Yeah, you're right.
Because if you present it right and you serve it with a nice glass of wine, you didn't already set the stage. You know, but they don't want nothing else.
Right.
You know, maybe a little piece of bread on the side.
Yeah, because the presentation of it makes it look, it's really, it's hearty. It's, a nice size. So,
Right.
You know, like you said, it'll go good over with events.
Exactly. So it's a wonderful idea that you can use for any of your events, literally, because all the dishes that we do talk about and have here on the show are dishes that you guys can serve to your guests at any event that you possibly, are thinking about putting together. That's why, we want to make sure we share the recipes and get all the information out to you guys because they're very unique and very wonderful to have with your guests and everything. And very easy. Want to make sure that they're easy.
Yeah. You don't want to be in the kitchen all day and
you want something quick, easy, and that will.
But still filling.
But
like
still
you said.
filling. Exactly. So I hope
Thank you very much for that.
It was. Thank you. Guys, I'm so excited because we're putting this event together and we're taking our guests
on our ride.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And I really, really like it. I'm so excited about it. And today, so last show, we talked a little bit about, show 19. So you guys go back and watch show 19.
Right.
We talked a little bit about, how to get started.
Started with planning
the event. What makes sense and what order you put everything in when it comes to planning the event.
Absolutely.
And the event that we're doing, it's open to the public, so we really don't have guest counts we're working with. We're not really working with catered food or anything like that.
Right.
So but it's gonna have food there. So how do you put together an event, or how do you justify like what you do with that? But so we talked about that on show 19. So go back and check out show 19.
Right.
Now today we're gonna talk a little bit about how you choose your location and where.
Right. Okay.
So you kind of want to make sure you keep in mind how many guests you're expecting.
Okay.
So sometimes you might not have a good guest count or a firm count.
Right.
But you want to make sure that you keep in mind how the type of guests you're expecting, how many you might be expecting. Parking is always
like the first
a big thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's always a big thing because if you have your guests showing up and if they don't have anywhere to park, they're gonna leave.
Yeah, they're gonna drive around.
And you don't
Right.
Right.
Really? Yeah,
You know, off. You don't want to have an event where your guests are driving in circles trying to find somewhere to park or where they're parking.
Valet.
Yeah.
That'd be one way to do that, but you still gotta have a place to put the valet.
Well, that's another incurred cost.
Oh, yeah.
It is. And not only that, sometimes you have parking where you have a facility where the parking is included, it's there, but it's like $20.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't want my guests to have to come and pay $20 to park because you want them to come and enjoy what's at the event, especially if it's like a kind of like a event where things are being sold, like a pop-up event. Hey, that's a good thing, guys. I'm gonna change the name of it. It's gonna be a social networking pop-up event.
Alright, so now we have our titles.
We did that. Yes. But you want to make sure your location is going to be in a good area where your guests can get to it. Parking is a big thing.
Especially here in LA.
Right. Yeah. The also thing is you want to make sure that it's in a safe area. Sometimes you can't always be that. I'm trying to think of the word.
Close off.
Not close off, but like. I'm not sure about how safe it is. You really don't know the area that well. I'm trying to think of the word.
Well, even with that, I mean, there's so many different nice buildings and locations that that's not necessarily in the safest or the best desired place.
Yeah.
But that's when you probably, I would say, get a hire a security guard.
Yeah, you can hire security.
Well, into the budget.
I mean, you gotta figure out if
that's the cost.
If it's a must and need.
Right. Well,
all the time of day.
The time of day, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, you guys all know the kind of guests you're going to invite.
Right.
We don't know the guests that's going to be coming.
No, we know what kind of guests we're inviting, but we don't know who might just be walking in that area.
Exactly.
And just be there.
So you wanted it so with events like that, you want to make sure you try your best to pick a location that's kind of friendly to everything and everybody.
Got it.
Get what I'm saying?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Everything and everybody. Because we're not going to close our doors to anybody, but we definitely don't want any type of drama, riffraff, or any kind of confusion going on in the place. So we still want it to be nice. Yeah, because like you said, you can go downtown and
that's where all the sketches are, but they have nice.
But they have nice event locations down there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know downtown they have the African American Firemen's Museum. Oh my God, it is so nice. It's a very nice event. But Lord, oh my goodness, where it's located, you would be kind of nervous to even be there.
Oh, wow.
You would be very nervous. But the location is, the venue is so nice that you kind of like take your chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of take your chance. But when you're doing, for us, this is our first event. We want to make sure we have it in an area that people are comfortable with.
Right.
So they'll want to return to the next one.
Right.
Because if it's in a sketchy place, they're not really too sure. It's like a first impression. They're going to think, oh, well, this is the kind of places, this is the kind of areas they're doing stuff in.
I get it.
I'm not too sure about that.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you do that. The type of place. Ooh, this is where a lot of people, to me, seem to like drop the ball. The type of place that you choose, they always seem to mix the location up with the type of event that they're doing. It never matches.
Oh wow.
It never matches sometimes.
So break that down for a little bit.
So for example, the Firemen's Black African American Firemen's Academy. You go in there. It's what it is. It's a fireman's museum. So it has all that type of artifact. Why would you want to go have a glittering gold 50th birthday party in there?
Okay.
Now I'm saying that only because I did one there before.
Okay.
I did the catering for one.
Okay.
And the lady literally, it was like, she just had all the gold bling and everything.
Well, it's all fire. It's all in the fire station.
You're in a fire station.
Because basically you're gonna have all that poles. It looks like a fire station.
Yeah, because it used to be a fire station back in the day.
Oh, so it's like Ghostbusters.
Pretty much. They just took it and converted it into a museum because it's no longer operating.
Right.
But it's full
but I see what you're saying. That elegant, she got gold. And
yes, it's a very elegant event, and you have a very, kind of like
upscale event and a not so upscale.
Yeah, it was very off. And another example I can give you. So how can I say it? It's a little off. So everybody having parties at the park is always good. It's always good. But you do not want to have a party at the park if you're in all white. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, not.
Because you're gonna get dirty.
It's grass.
white parties.
All white parties at the park.
At the park, she said those two don't go together.
It doesn't really match because people want to stay clean. They want to look
Or
good.
even
They want to wear heels. They want to dress up. But you're at the park. You got the grass. You got the dirt. You don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? Now,
No, I get it.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't match. So you want to make sure that you match your locations up with what type of event that you're going to do. So when you sit down to plan your party, you want to really keep that in mind.
Yes.
People instead they keep cost in mind versus keeping practicality. Excuse me, guys. You know how to get all tongue-tied. Practicality involved. In mind.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it matches up. Now, if you want to do a beach theme and do an all-white beach theme, I can see that only because people are going to come there in swimwear
Or shorts.
and stuff.
Right. They're not worried about their little nice dress.
Right. But nobody's coming to the park like that. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of want to make sure you just keep it in mind, and then you want to make sure that the location that you choose fits your budget.
Absolutely.
That's the part.
That's key.
It has to fit your budget, and do not let it take over your budget. Please don't let it take over your budget. So the location that one of the locations, because we're doing some location juggling right now. One of the locations that I have in mind, it's an open space area. It's an art gallery. So you think about, it's art. People are showing their crafts, and their business or whatever they're doing. It's an open space art gallery, so you can fill it in with people. You can line up the walls with your vendors. You can, pretty much set everything up the way you want to set it.
Yeah.
And then because it's an open space, you can fit people in. Versus having something where it's a complication for them to get around.
Yeah.
Then, because we don't know how many people are going to show up, it's not so large. So it fits standing room 150 people. Okay. So you think about adding a few vendor tables. That takes away a little bit. Probably standing room would be about 75 people.
That's good.
That might work, right? That might work for the type of event we're doing. Because people are going to flow in and out. They're not going to just come and hang all day.
Yeah, of course.
They're going to flow in and out.
Right.
So for the type of event we're doing, that location, our budget, like we said last time, $2,500. We're going to stick with $2,500. $85 an hour. That's not even if you $85 an hour, you do about 7 hours, you're spending, roughly
$560.
Yeah. Sorry.
My math is right there.
Right, okay.
So that's not even half of the budget. That's not even close. Now remember, 25 is the max that we're going to. So we don't have to go to 2,500. That's just the max. But we're actually going to work off of 2,000. So technically
have cushion.
Right. So technically we have $2,000. So if just say $600. Say $600 is the rental fee for the location. We got so much more to play with.
Right.
Yeah, that's not even half the amount. Okay. So you want to make sure that it all fits in. This location, you also want to make sure that the location that you get comes with chairs and tables. If not, you got to fit that into your budget. You definitely want to make sure you fit linen into your budget and all of that good stuff. So you want to keep all that in mind when you're choosing your location. Now, when you're choosing your location, you kind of want to have in mind your color scheme.
Because it goes back into how you have an event, your theme based upon where you are.
Yes. Yes. You want to keep in mind your color scheme, because if you get a location that's brown and black painted with some ivory in it, and your colors is pink and blue or gold, it's gonna look so off. The price might
you can't change the color.
You can't change the color of the building, but you can definitely change the color of your event to make it. So keep that in mind, and don't just settle for the first place you look for. Look around. They have tons of places out there that you can rent, and it'll fit into the color scheme that you're going with. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the colors. Choosing your colors and your theme for your event. To me, I don't know, you guys, what's your opinion? Do you guys think that choosing a theme makes more sense than just choosing colors? Is it easier rather?
Well, I think
makes sense, but easier.
Well, I think colors are better to choose because you can play around with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can fit other, as you come along, and you're planning, you can come up with different things instead of just being fixated on a particular thing.
Okay.
I also think that you should have, when you're looking for a location, look for neutral colors in your location.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because in that way, if you change your color scheme later on, then it wouldn't be a big deal because your building is can go with anything that's neutral.
Right.
You know?
Okay. And what do you think? Do you think it's easier or?
I just think it depends on if it's a birthday, because you usually like birthdays. It just depends on the event for me. I think either way it can be 50-50. Some people like to go with their theme first. Some people want to choose their colors. I think if you choose your color, you might think of the theme, thinking about the colors.
Mm-hmm.
If you go with black, white, I'm gonna have a black, white party. Like your color, oh, I'm gonna have a black and gold party. So then that becomes a theme versus the theme, and then trying to pick out colors depending on what that theme is. That can be.
But then what you're gonna find yourself going getting into is that, okay, your theme and your color things, that's one thing. But then when you go into that building and it's not neutral, it's gonna make your colors look crazy. It's gonna make your event look.
If you have your colors, you're going in there with the intent only a certain color is gonna
match that. Yeah.
Either all white or tan or beige or cream.
Right. Something solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So both, yes, I agree with you both. Some, having the colors, just using colors, you can play around with it, and then, themes you can build off of.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if you're not really big into like putting events together, your theme is going to help you create the look and the event that you want, because basically it gives you a platform, because you have a clean slate.
Right.
So it gives you something to actually visualize and say, oh, I can build off of this. When you're working with just colors, you have to be very creative when it comes to actually putting together. It's much harder.
Okay.
So even if your theme is as small as like a country theme, or royalty, it doesn't necessarily have to be like an all-white party or birthday theme like for the kids, like Cinderella or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but if you can have something of kind of like a concept that you like. I'm really into
a genre or something.
Yeah, it would be good. Like when I did for my birthday party, my 4-year birthday, the Roaring 20s. You know what I'm saying? You have something to build off of. You go back and you can pull up all images and looks and colors and all, and say, oh, I can put it together. Versus just saying, like my colors was red and black, just because saying, oh, I want red and black, a red and black party with, those my colors, and then you gotta think about what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. And then a lot of times when people do that, they have a party that's just a hot mess because they have all kind of stuff going on, and nothing's really like
coming together.
Put together.
Yeah.
Right. You be like, well, what? You got elephants over here, and then over here you got, a candy table with pearls and diamonds, and you're like, what's going on? They get confused.
Yeah.
So if you're really not creative when it comes to like putting ideas together or having images of the way you want things to look, go with a theme.
Yeah, the theme sounds
Go with
easier.
a theme, and then that way, from that theme, you can build off of something, and it'll just make your event very grand. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like that wouldn't take as much either with the scheme. Like you wouldn't be so worried about what colors you're walking into with the theme necessarily.
Yeah.
Unlike with the color, you walking in like, oh, this. I hope it looks like
the because you
can match my color.
Right, because you can actually. A lot of times themes give you ideas for colors that you probably never really thought of that would have worked. You know what I'm saying? Because you say I want a Mardi Gras theme, but in your head you thinking, I want to go with pinks and blues.
Oh yeah.
But then you get into Mardi Gras and it's totally different colors. But you realize that, oh, I like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even gives you an idea of the type of colors you would choose, because you probably wouldn't have been thinking about that because you don't see how it goes together.
Right.
But when you see a theme, it shows you how everything goes together.
Right.
But if you notice, a lot of times you go online and you look at stuff, you see tons of people do Mardi Gras parties, and tons of people do the Roaring 20s parties and things like that, masquerade parties, because they're all similar. It's a costume party.
Exactly.
It's a costume party. So it makes it even that much easier, because now you're giving your guests the opportunity to dress up.
Be part of your decor.
And be part of your decor. Exactly. and be part of your decor.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that way you can limit what you have to do around them because
Yeah.
they're actually going to stand out.
Right.
So that's another good thing, you know. I also like holiday themed parties.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who actually does a Christmas party during the summer? But that is the cutest thing ever because now you can take that whole Christmassy look and convert it into a summer vibe and just make it so much fun for
But I
people.
thought about that.
You know what I'm saying? And make it, you know, instead of them having on, you know, elf costumes or elf pajamas, they have on elf swimsuits and, you know, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You do like a party.
Yeah, it has like Frozen.
Yeah.
You know, hold on.
Right.
You know, nobody.
Him is some little swim trunks.
Right.
Something, exactly.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, it is different.
With his little swim trunks.
Exactly. So
and
just
his
things like
clothes.
things like that, you know, taking themes and utilize them in different areas. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cute.
People always utilize Halloween themes in different areas, you know, because it's a Halloween party, it's a costume party, but they have costume parties all the time.
Yes.
So why not the other ones?
Yeah.
Why not the other ones?
I like
Make it
that
fun.
idea. That's
Be exciting with
Think
you know,
outside the
think
box.
outside the box when
That's
you're
what
doing
she's trying to
it. You know what I'm saying? But for this event that we're doing here, because our vendors are going to be coming, you know, we want to make sure we have it comfortable for all of them and everything. So I thought it would be good to do like kind of like a country, you know, country thing, like a country barnyard thing.
Okay.
Not necessarily having a barnyard up there, but just
The country chic.
just a country chic theme where people can feel comfortable. It's neutral colors. So if our vendors are coming in there with like pinks and reds and blues
Right,
and things
there
like
you go.
that, it'll all match because the colors are very neutral. So it won't make anyone feel out of place. And it's just something that you can kind of like get comfortable and tie in with. It's homey.
Right.
It makes everybody feel like, oh.
You know it does.
You know what I'm
It does.
saying?
Yeah.
Feel like Josie know your partner.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought that would be a nice theme.
That's cute.
The colors are neutral. Everybody can get with it. Everybody will be able to fit in. And we could possibly have an event that matches versus an event that's mismatch. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you also want to kind of think about, especially when you're doing an event like we're doing, is are we going to provide any type of backdrop effect for people, or is people going to provide their own backdrop effect? Well, I'm thinking that we will provide linens and some type of small little backdrop that they can add their own to, just so the backdrops are kind of uniform.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Some people come with backdrops, some people don't. So the people that don't won't feel like they're plain.
Okay.
And the people that have it can be like, ooh, we can just add to it and make it even that much grander.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to give your vendors a little bit more just to help them out because sometimes vendors come and all they're concerned about is setting up their table and
Right.
selling.
But don't have any backdrop.
But they really don't have
no
right.
decor.
And then they're there and they see the other person like, oh, they're
she
there.
did
It looks so
that.
good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to feel left out. I
Yeah,
want you to
because
feel like you're appreciated.
when we did the Obama one, it felt like they helped us. No, we didn't need it, but they had tables for you.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Right,
so
right, right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a really
Well,
good thing.
most time you do events as a vendor,
Hosting
the hosting vendor is supposed to provide you with at least a table,
Tables.
at least 2 chairs, and then some kind of linen. If you don't use it, you don't have to use it.
Right. 'Cause that's what they gave. They gave us some linen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even though we had linen,
Yeah, that's what I said. We
but
did
it
it,
was
but it was
still
still
good
cool.
that
Right.
we were offered
So when
that.
you walk down, everything is kind of uniform.
Right, right.
That's the whole
So
thing.
if I would have came out there seeing how everything was uniformed, and a lot of people, well, surprisingly, the people that brought their own linens, everything was matching.
Yeah.
If I would have came out there with some bright yellow, I probably would have put it up. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I
right.
would have just used what
Absolutely.
they had because I
Right.
want to make sure that I fit in.
Right.
You want to stand out. Don't get me
I would
wrong,
say, yeah.
but you want to stand out with your products.
Yeah.
Not with not with your booth. You know,
setup.
you don't want to be loud. They be like, oh my God, what is
Well,
going on
I
there?
don't know, depending on where you're at, because I want you to be loud and attract attention to come to me.
Well,
I mean, but you don't want to be, like you said, out of uniform based upon whatever is. You
I don't
know,
want people to think that my booth is junky
Yeah.
because I'm too over the top.
Yeah, flashy.
I'm too flashy.
Yeah.
I'm too. It just looks like it's too much going on.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want a hodgepodgey type of.
Right. I want people to see it and say, oh, I like what they have on that table.
Right.
I'm gonna go over there because of that. And and they're gonna want to see it. But anyway, I guess it all depends on, like you said, what event that you're at and what you're doing and things like that. That's just my personal
Right,
opinion
right.
of how things,
So
how.
that's cool that we'll be providing the linen.
Yes. So we're gonna have
It's gonna be easy breezy, like you said. The colors it's not simple.
neutral colors. Yeah, neutral colors. So we're gonna just, put some nice little ivory linens on there for everybody. A little dark, kind of more so of a taupe color versus ivory, because that's a neutral. That's kind of like the country theme or whatever. And then they can go from there. They can go from there.
Have a good time. I know that.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Uh-huh.
So now we have our location, guys. We talked about our location. We have a nice open concept art gallery that we're looking at.
Right.
That's a possibility. We're still kind of researching, juggling a little bit more, but and it's taking up not even a fourth of our budget, right now. Okay, and then we've talked about the colors. So our colors are going to be neutral colors, so we can make sure everybody fits in, everything stays kind of uniform. It gives everybody the opportunity to blend in what they're doing with what we have. We talked about. What else did we talk about? That's it. That's it right now. Okay, so we got that. Now, here's the big thing. Okay. When you're doing events, when you having vendors, it's very, very, very important that you focus on how you present to your vendors, as far as what they're going to get out of the event, and the type of vendors you solicit.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll go to a function and it's for adults, and then you end up with something for kids there. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. Now, if it was something where it was combining adults and kids, that's one thing.
Right.
But the type of event that we're doing, why would we have kids there? Because we're doing an event where we have all of these companies coming together to network and connect. Not saying that kids companies don't matter and it's not important, because they are, but if we're going to do something with kids, we need to make it kid friendly. And this event, we're planning on serving alcohol.
Right.
Okay.
That's not
so it's not kid friendly. We're not going to have an area where kids can enjoy themselves. So it's not kid friendly. And the food that we're gonna have is not gonna be where kids appealing. Yeah. So it's not a kid event.
Right.
We're gonna have one that's gonna be geared towards kids. That's in November.
Right.
But this one here is not geared toward kids, and it's okay. You don't have to have every event open for everybody.
Right.
And when you come to that realization, then it makes it easier for you to bring your vendors in. Okay. Because now you're not scattered all over the place. Yes, absolutely. And then you don't want to have 5 jewelry designers. And you want to have, because you want to give and you want to give your vendors the opportunity to market themselves, show what they have.
Sure.
If you have 3 other jewelry designers there, they competing with them now. Now they looking to see what you got, what they got, and how much did she sell, how much did they sell. You don't want that.
How much you charge?
You want it to be a very, comfortable event. Now, maybe 2 jewelry designers that have 2 different concepts, 2 different looks.
Yeah, that's different.
Would be good, because now they're 2 different companies that offer 2 different types of looks that can come together and network. And help each other out. See what I'm saying? So I have a lady that does handcrafted jewelry, and then I have a lady who does wire twisted jewelry. Well, maybe we can work together and create something, for our guests. I can utilize you, you can utilize me, and we didn't share customers. So my customers is going to you, your customers is coming to me. We didn't network. Now we have a little connection there. You see what I'm saying? So doing it that way is good, but if we all have handcrafted jewelers there, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The other thing is you want to make sure that you have vendors that have something to offer. You don't want to get vendors there to have an empty table, because then that just looks bad. And you don't have nothing, and you're sitting there bored. Right. So you don't have anything, you're sitting there bored, your table looks empty, it just doesn't look good. That's like having that one raggedy house on the block that just makes everything look bad. So we're going to really take our time, ladies, when it comes to choosing our vendors. Choosing our vendors. Be selective and making sure that we have vendors that are going to be committed to the event, because you have some of them that will say, I'll do it at the beginning.
You hold their
space, and then when it's time for the event, they're like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to make it because I have XYZ. Well, when you agreed to do it, your calendar was open.
So we get a deposit up front.
And some of them still don't show up even when you don't charge. I mean, when you have to take money, because depending on how much you charge them, will determine if they think it's it's okay, you know. And because we're not gonna have a super high vendor fee,
right?
You know, they could back out on us at the last minute.
Right.
But my thing is you know, that's just bad business. If you commit to something, just do it. Follow through with it.
Right.
You never know what's gonna happen. Now, we're not going to go into this guaranteeing our vendors that, oh my goodness, this is just going to be over the top. This is our first event. So we're going into it trying to figure out what's going to happen for us as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to make sure that you have vendors that have your best interests at heart, just like you have theirs.
Right.
So the whole thing is supporting each other, networking and connecting. So if I'm coming to you, I have this event, I'm not making money off of you.
Right.
So this event is for you,
for us,
and for us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So as you go, and if any of you guys, are wonderful people out there, if you guys decide to do something, an event, and you want to have vendors, make sure you have a proper vendor contract. You know, put together a contract, have them sign this contract, and the one thing you want to do, because here's where you're going to get them. Here's where you're going to get them. Okay, it's $25 to have a spot there, right? But I need a fee of $50 that you'll get back at the end of the event. It's kind of like a deposit. It's kind of like an administrative fee. So you have your fee to enter is $25. But you have a $50.
Just an example.
Yeah, I'm just saying an example.
Yeah.
But I have a $50 administrative fee that or deposit that you get back once your area is completely cleaned and everything is put back the way it was before you came. You'll get that back. Now they're gonna possibly want to jump in there,
right?
Because they're like, well, shoot, I want my $50 back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want my $50 back.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Only $25, but I want my $50 back.
Right.
So now it gives them more of an incentive to want to show up. Because they're going to probably show up and make way more than they put out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then they get their $50 back, I'm going to be there.
Right.
So the next events that you host, they're going to come and they're going to be glad to give you this money.
Right. Because
They're
they know
glad
it's
to
coming
show
back.
up because they know it's going to come back.
Sure.
Right. You know, and you also want to let your vendors know, I'm not here to sell your product for you. I'm just here to help you showcase it.
Yes.
That's why you want to provide a nice looking area
Atmosphere.
for them
Yeah.
to set up in. You know, because if you just come in there and you just got white walls and everybody just said put some brown tables up there, some iron chairs, say, okay, there you go. I'll be sitting there looking like, wait,
What is this?
what is this?
Right.
So now I gotta come and dress the whole area as well as paying to be here and as well as hoping I make my money. So I'm about to spend money to get a decor going on,
Right.
and I'm about to spend money to be here, and not sure if I'm gonna make
Any money.
any money.
It don't even look like nothing when you first walk in.
Right. So you want to give them a look.
reason
You
to
want
wanna
to
come
give
to
them
your
a reason to
event.
want to come.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why we want to make sure the location is good. We want to make sure the area is good, because when they start inviting their guests,
Yes.
because we need them to invite their guests.
Absolutely.
We need them to invite as many people as they possibly can. All the vendors, everybody that's vending needs to invite people.
Right.
Okay. So you want to make sure that the location is good, that it's going to be comfortable for their guests as well as themselves. You want to make sure that they walk into a very nice atmosphere, make them feel comfortable, make them want to be there, and you want to make sure that you provide everything that you have on paper that is going to be given to them. You want to make sure you have everything that you promised them.
contract.
That's and the contract's going to be given to them.
Yeah.
Because you get sometimes, I know I did this one event with a friend of mine, and we didn't get half the stuff that was in that contract. I mean, the table, we were supposed to get a table and 2 chairs. We got a card table with 1 chair. Good thing we brought a table with us.
Okay.
And it was for the Dylan Keith and Laurie Foundation that I work with. We were supposed to get a backdrop. Didn't have that. Good thing we had our own backdrop.
Prepared.
You came prepared.
Yeah.
But it was just so plain when you walked in there. You just looked like,
You got something going
what
on in
is
here?
this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just so plain. It did not at all. So we did what we could. We dressed it up, put our own table up, so we ended up having a nice 6-foot table put up. But the whole thing was, and we had our own chairs and everything, but the whole fact of the matter is you did not give us what was said.
Right.
And a fee was paid to get into this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're working with companies like not-for-profits and things like that, they're on limited budgets.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you give them what you're offering.
Absolutely.
Okay? So keep that in
Then
mind.
you be in breach of contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's your reputation.
Right. You know, so just keep that in mind, guys, when you're putting together. So when you're putting together an event, rather it be a vendor event, or rather it be an event that you're just having at home or at a location for your friends and family and loved ones, you want to make sure that the location is something that they're comfortable with. You want to make sure that and that has good parking and all of that good like stuff. You want to make sure that the decor is welcoming. You know, because even if it's not a vendor event, if I go to a party, I want to make sure that the decor is welcoming. I don't want to go somewhere and I'm sitting there and it's dirty, raggedy stuff everywhere, nothing's put together. You know, I'm eating off of flimsy plates that's gonna fall apart. I don't even have nowhere to put my food. You know, you just want to make sure that the decor and the atmosphere is welcoming, and you also want to make sure that, you know, they're coming to your event to celebrate you or to work with you. You want to make sure that you're giving them something as well. I know that at your birthday party or your wedding, they're supposed to bring to you, but you're still asking them to come. They don't have to come. You can have an event that's empty. You can have a party that's empty.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I'm asking you to please come and party with me.
That's true.
And for you coming to party with me and celebrate with me, this is what I'm offering.
Right. Yep.
This is what I'm offering. So you want to make sure that you give your all.
Yeah,
That's an
absolutely.
example.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know today wasn't super hype. We didn't have like a super detailed and, you know, in-depth discussion, but we're going through the process of planning this event that we want all of you guys to come out and share and sharing with us. And I know the ladies really didn't have too much to say today because, you know, I'm the one that pretty much puts everything together, and my wonderful ladies here executes everything awesomely. But we just want to make sure that you guys,
I said we tried.
want to make sure that you guys really understand the process of how we do things. So when you do see us out there, you do see what we've put together, then you can say, oh, they really can deliver. I see it with Black TV.
You gotta come out to see it. You gotta
So
come out and
everybody
see it.
make sure to mark your calendars. October 13th will be our first, what is it? Our first
Pop-up.
networking. Wait, but it has off.
Okay,
Our first
You know, let tongue twister.
networking marketing pop-up.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
She wants to see a pop-up out of it.
So it's our pop-up event. So that's pretty cute. We're gonna do that because everybody's pretty much gonna pop up, sell some stuff, and go home. You know.
Yes.
Guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at events_@_Black Tea. And make sure to check out our website. That's how you can stay informed as well at blackteacomplete.com. All the information for the events that's coming up is going to be posted on the website. You can also get other information if you want to order any of the products and things like that. Before we go, I want to make sure I show you guys something. We have a wonderful pillow here that you guys can have. This is just a you can get a custom throw pillows for your bed, your couches, or anything like that. You can also give these as gifts. So, like if someone's getting married, you want to put their, you know, the wedding date on there for them, or a monogram,
a birth event,
or anything. You can get these done any color, different sizes, as gifts, wonderful gifts. Or you can just have them made for your own home. This is, you know, just a throw pillow that, you know, goes on the bed.
Yeah.
So, you know, so yeah. Oh yeah, she put it up, you know. So you know we do our little clothing and everything, and so I have my wonderful you know shirt here, just a girl boss, you know, building her empire.
That's right, she does.
You know.
She does.
So you know anything you know that we have can all be custom made, can all be ordered and purchased through the website, or you can also hit us up on Instagram. I thank you guys so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in to us every Sunday. Make sure to subscribe again, share the video, like the video, because if you subscribe, definitely you get alerts when we have our next videos coming up.
Yes.
You know, and so I guess that's it for today, ladies. You know, so until next time, ladies, let's connect and let's network. Thank you guys.